The Dads That Game radio podcast is brought to you by Video Games Monthly. Video Games Monthly is a monthly subscription service that delivers retro video games to gamers who own classic gaming systems from the 1980s through 2000s. And the best part is, you keep the games. Check us out at videogamesmonthly.com.
Live from his wife's basement, still gaming into their elder years. This is the Dads That Game radio podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Wolf and William Small.
Yeehaw, everybody. Welcome to the rootinest, tootinest, cowboy shootinest Dads That Game radio podcast. How y'all doing tonight? Woo-hoo! Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I'm guessing you can probably guess which game I've been playing.
Which game we've been playing nonstop.
Since Friday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can guess. I mean, you'd probably be right, but, you know.
Yep.
It's still fun to guess. So, yeah, hi, everybody. How's it going?
Howdy.
Howdy, everybody. Yeehaw!
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Man, it was hard finding stories this week, dear God, because everybody and their mother's talking about, you know what? Whoa.
One thing and one thing only.
We're going to talk about it, too, because, dear God, I am addicted, and, it is so good.
I have a lot to say. We can just have a discussion.
Very true. Yeah.
We'll have a good dialogue about this.
We'll do that right on the air here. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
If you hear me smacking my lips a lot tonight, I apologize. I had a cavity filled around like 3 o'clock, and the left side of my face is still numb.
Still a bit numb?
Yeah.
Nice.
Totally numb. It's amazing. I had Bell's palsy once, you know, and it totally paralyzed the left side of my face. This is like, it's kind of like that, but like, you know, just on my mouth. So I can't feel my lips or my tongue, like the left side of my tongue. Like I ate a little piece of candy on the right side of my tongue, which is really weird to eat things, and you can only taste it on the right side of your tongue.
Yeah,
so
that's weird.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Welcome to the show. This is show 125. For those cowpokes and cowgirls paying attention at home, it's a western themed show. It's also a Halloween show. This is our last Halloween show. Dang, I love Halloween. So Will was gracious enough tonight to let me record on Monday because tomorrow night is Iowa's Halloween. We do what is called Beggars Night, which is really, really weird. The whole state of Iowa, I don't know if it's the whole state of Iowa. Don't hold me to that Iowa, but like Des Moines and like the surrounding areas, they do the Beggars Night, which is always held on the 30th, which was like it started as a tradition back in like the 1900s, and they just kept it. So they totally nowhere around here does Halloween night trick or treating. That is, yeah, I know, right? So I thought so too, but I've stayed here for, God, I've lived here since I was 15, so quite a while. Yeah, at least 20-something years.
Well, so, I mean, it's fine. You can do what you want. I mean, the rest of the country will just think that you're wrong. That's all.
I think it's wrong too. I'm just, you know, you don't get to go against the grain. It's not like I can just show up at people's houses on the 31st and be like, give me some candy.
Like, come on.
Yeah,
and they're like, no, you missed it.
You missed it. Yeah. So just saying.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Right. I don't have control over it. I did get my house all spooktacular, you know, decorated though. Nice. So I got my skeletons up everywhere. I'm going to get some dry ice tomorrow and get my fog machine, that low-lying fog going on tomorrow night. I got my spooky lights all set. I'm ready. So
nice. Yeah,
I got my projector going with some spooky images. So I'm excited. I love Halloween. I always get excited. So, but let's talk about obviously video games. I think that's what people pay us to do. Are you getting paid? I'm not getting paid.
I don't get paid. No.
Damn, that's the one thing we forgot to get.
Yeah, we forgot to ask money
to ask for money, right?
Damn it. I knew we were doing something
I knew
wrong.
we forgot something. 125 episodes in, we finally figured it out. Good job, Will. The one thing I told you to do. So make sure we get paid. Somebody owes us a lot of back pay. I don't know who that is. We'll figure it out later. Yeah.
We'll talk to a guy about a horse.
Right, exactly. Damn it. Back in the Western. All right. So check us out, www.noobsandpros.com. Thursday nights, thank you for sticking around. You can support us on the Podcast Radio Network, support them as well. Download their apps. It's TuneIn, and then the Crikey app, Krykey. On TuneIn, tune it to TuneIn, actually, you search for Podcast Radio Network. Crikey, you tune it to 102.6. Thursday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You'll find us there. Thank you also to our friends at Player One Coffee. Visit their website, www.playeronecoffee.com. Type in the code DADSThatGame at your checkout. If you're a first-time user of theirs, you get 5% off your order. So obviously, we need to talk about the game of the week. Hold on here. On a steel horse I ride, I'm wanted. All right. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah. So everybody and their mother's talking about this game. Red Dead Redemption 2. If you haven't picked it up, get a tack hammer and just tack yourself in the head with it, because you're an idiot. And for those,
unless you don't
like having fun.
Probably the most well-crafted and world I've ever seen.
Yeah,
ever.
So good. Yeah.
Frustratingly harsh in a lot of ways. But it's so good.
So far, this is just me so far. I have we've escaped a blizzard. We've met new people in a town. I've freed a couple of my friends that were in my gang from prison, and then we shot up the whole town, and now I have a bounty on my head. I've been attacked by a grizzly bear. I have had a horse crap all over me. It's just a fantastic game. Oh, also, the horse physics, totally true. Those testicles shrink right up. You know I checked. Come on.
Of course.
Who didn't think I was going to check?
Yeah. I mean, like a first thing kind of thing.
Yeah, but now I have a horse. I named her Lightning. She's really super awesome. But it's just so good.
That's funny. My horse Steve.
Nice. Steve the horse. I named her Lightning because she looked like a lightning. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I was thinking more loans, the Lone Ranger, but whatever.
So I you know how you have your horse, but then that makes you buy a second horse, right?
Right.
So my second horse had a very sad ending.
Oh,
we were running, and we went right off a cliff and completely flipped forward, and both of us just smashed into the ground.
Nice.
That was the end. I didn't die somehow, but the horse was not okay.
You didn't have any revive potion for your horse, like the horse revive stuff?
I didn't know that's a thing.
Yeah, there's a potion out there. It's horse revive. You instead of killing your horse, like shooting it, because you do have that option, obviously. When it goes down like that, you just give it the potion. It gets back up. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So you totally don't have to lose your horse and then be out $300.
Because I still have Steve, and I'm gonna go track down. There's just Steve. Come on.
It's good. I love it.
He's Steve the horse. Steve the horse. I gave him a bright red mohawk.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Does he have a backstory? I just
I mean, he came from a rough neighborhood, and in somewhere in England.
Nice.
Yeah. But so I've done that. I also have a massive bounty on my head.
Nice.
Because of that same thing. And all I wanted to do, without spoiling anything for anybody, I wanted to do was kill that guy for doing what he did. Because I'm like, why are we killing? Why are we doing this? Right. I don't want to do this. I don't have any bounties on my head right now. I can just roam around and be happy.
But you totally didn't.
No.
Yeah.
And, I did manage to find... I have now located 4 gold bars.
Nice.
And had, just until recently, I had almost $3,000 in cash.
Nice. So did you do it by the treasure map that guy sold you, or how did you find the gold bars? Oh, okay. So you totally found a different place. Yeah.
There is 1 gold bar right next to your camp.
Right.
Did you find that one?
I found that one, but then there's the other ones I found were from the treasure map that the guy sells you for $10.
I got that $10 one, but I haven't gone to get that treasure yet.
Gotcha.
You get 3 gold bars by finding a there's a painting on a rock wall, and you inspect it, and then you have to go somewhere else, and then you find what was in the painting, and then it's a puzzle, and when you solve the puzzle, you get a door, like a part of the thing will open, and there's 3 gold bars in there.
Gotcha.
So that right there is 4 gold bars, and it made it so that my camp is completely, everything is maxed out.
Maxed out, yeah.
Already. Yeah. Like, but what I don't understand is first thing I did was upgraded what's-his-name's tent, and then my tent, and then my tent again or whatever, so that I got the map to fast travel.
Yeah.
But it's not on my... I don't understand it. It's not on my wall.
You have to. It's kind of weird to explain it. That's actually what I was going to bring up, is that if you want to be able to fast travel, so in chapter 2 of the main story, the ledger will give you the option to buy Dutch's lodgings. After you get this upgrade, another upgrade will be available. Just upgrade what is given to you, and you're going to be able to unlock the fast travel map.
So I upgraded everything so far, but I'm just not far enough in the story.
Right. So you have to get to you have to get to chapter 2, and then there's a thing with Dutch you have to do, and then there's it costs you around $600 is how it works.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I still have like $1,500 on me.
So either that, or you can always take the train. So
yeah. Well, it's fine. Right. I mean, I don't mind riding my horse everywhere, except that I continuously
get attacked by the O'Doyles.
I have lost so much deer stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because I will be stocked up. I'll have rabbits or turkeys or something hanging off the sides. I'll have as many pelts as I can, and then one whole big carcass on top.
Yeah.
And then they will attack, and I will either die or completely get my horse will get wiped out, and everything will go flying off of it, and then I can't find it.
Right.
It's so frustrating.
Yep.
That happened to me once, 3 times in a row after all of this, like going back out and hunting again.
Nice.
And they always just show up somewhere randomly, or it'll be like, oh, you led them back to camp.
Nice.
I'm like, I didn't. I wasn't even going to camp. I was trying to run.
Right.
And that's there's just some things are frustrating, but overall,
I mean, there's a couple things. Like I said, I mean, the O'Doyles are ridiculous. Oh no, I'm sorry, not the O'Doyles, the O'Driscolls.
O'Driscoll.
Yeah, I'm sorry, O'Doyle rules. O'Driscoll, sorry.
O'Driscolls.
Yeah, goddamn O'Driscolls. This is my question of the week, though. For those of you pay attention, I wanted to say hello to a couple people. I'm not going to mention you by name. You're not that special yet. We'll see how it turns out. But people are actually leaving comments on our website. So noobsandpros.com, and then just click on the podcast, and then you can actually leave us comment on our comment board. I want to know on our comment board or on Twitter, if you follow us on Twitter. And actually, I'm going to throw this out there right now. If we can get 1,000 followers on Twitter, I will buy. I'll hold the contest, and I will buy the $100 collector's tin edition of Red Dead Redemption 2. Okay, that's how serious I am. If we can get 1,000 followers on Twitter, have to hit 1,000. I will buy the collector's edition tin. It's like $100, and we'll give it out. So, but I gotta hit 1,000. The other thing I want to know too, and this is the interactive part of our show here. Go to our website noobsandpros.com, hit on the podcast, and then on our message board, I want to know what's the highest bounty on your head right now, because I'm at 250. So
280.
280. Okay, so you beat me by 30. Yep. Damn it! I'm gonna be more evil.
Well, it was all from that same mission as you.
Yeah.
Except that right after that, someone saw me gun down like 6 other people.
Oh God.
But it was their fault. It was O'Driscoll's.
Sure.
They set an ambush for me, but I saw them coming.
Yeah.
And I had upgraded my gun with a sniper, so I stopped where I was.
Yeah.
And just stood far away and took out like 3 of them.
Yeah.
And then the other 3 I just kind of picked off before they got close to me.
Right.
But then it just so happened that a horse carriage was going by and they got away, and then my bounty went way up.
Fantastic.
So
you know what's great about the sniper rifle too? You can decapitate your enemies again.
Yeah.
So like in Grand Theft Auto 5, like they took that out, but they totally left it in Red Dead Redemption 2. You can, as long as you like shoot them in the head with a sniper, their heads will pop right off.
It's not even a real sniper yet. The one that I'm using, I just took
you actually have to get the
repeater.
You have to get the actual real sniper to get their heads popping off.
Yeah. I still just have the repeater.
I gotcha.
And then I put the scope on it.
Sure.
And so it's basically like a sniper rifle.
Sure.
doesn't quite have as much of a range, but it's still really good if you're hunting and you want to make sure you're getting headshots.
Yeah.
But my only question is, currently the only mission that I have available to me is to go to Blackwater. But when I go down, what's that?
Go to Blackwater.
I know, but when I go anywhere near there, suddenly there's cops everywhere.
No. Do not go in Blackwater. There's a ledge outside of Blackwater, and your guys are scouting outside of it. So you need to look where the map is, where your guy is, because I made the same mistake. Yeah. I went into Blackwater, and then all the bounty hunters and the detectives were all over me. Yeah, there's no way you're gonna get in. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was like. Why is this the only mission I have currently? Because I've been doing everything I can.
Yep.
I did everything I could, other than I was trying to stay away from the main guy's anything he wanted, because I figured that would push the story too much.
Right.
But it seems like everything sort of pushes the story in different ways.
I think. Well, you have to figure though. The story is 6 chapters. I'm not even to chapter 2 as of yet. So because I've been screwing around so much with hunting and everything like that.
Yeah.
I know people actually.
I've killed 2. Yeah. I've killed 2 legendary animals.
Right.
So far.
I got the map. I've killed the bear and I've killed the deer, I believe.
I've killed a bear and a wolf.
Yeah. And I've been fishing a lot too, because I like that.
Yeah, I found a legendary fish just by accident, but I didn't have a fishing rod yet, so I was trying to shoot it. Well, surprisingly, I've caught 10 salmon, the sockeye salmon, that are actually supposed to be hard to catch with your fishing rod.
Nice.
I've caught 10 of them with my bow and arrow.
Oh, okay. Just shooting them in the water. Yeah, it was kind of funny because I was up by a lake, and I was really super early on, and there was a big old fish just sitting there. And I was like, well, screw it. And I just took my handgun and I was like, and it, totally went down. I was like, oh, okay. Is that the fishing in this game? I don't think so. Yeah. So fun game. I cannot praise it highly enough. Kind of cool thing too is I've actually heard, I'm not giving any spoilers here. Well, kind of, but I'm not ruining the game. Is that if you play through the whole entire game, all 6 chapters, you remember John Marston from the last one.
Yeah, the sequel.
Yeah, you actually can play him in this one. So so if you just finish the game story, you'll get to actually play as John. So very cool. Yeah. So if you want to switch it from,
I do have to ask: are you playing a mean Arthur or a good Arthur?
See, here's the thing. Like, I'm still really in the middle, because there's a lot of stuff that I've done. Like, I killed the woman just randomly because I was looking for hookers is what I was doing, and apparently it's just not in the game at this point, or I'm just not at the right part of the map. Because you can get a bath, you can get a special bath, with a woman. She'll rub you down. They just wash you. There's no love. I'm just trying to get my man some action. Is all I'm trying to do. Just see what it's all about. But
so I did see one naked woman by opening a door upstairs.
Right, that was the night when you got super drunk, which is fantastic, by the way.
That was ridiculous. Except that you wake up without your horse.
I know.
So far away.
I know.
From where
You're just like, oh God, what happened? Yeah. That was a fantastic mission, by the way.
Yeah, it really was good.
But I was trying to get my man some action, and this woman was like, basically, I was greeting her, and she's like, get away from me, and I'm like, get back here. And I'm, and then I basically I was like, well, screw it, I'll rob her. And then robbing turned into choking, and then choking turned into death, and then death turned into me grabbing her body and throwing it in the river, and it was a whole ordeal that just happened. It was just this whole other thing. Yeah. I was like, well, this is the path we're going down. All right.
Yeah. Did you? By the way, did you rob the back room of the drugstore?
Not as of yet. There's a couple of rooms I haven't not robbed. I haven't robbed the bank. I'm gonna rob the bank.
The drugstore in Valentine. You want to look in the window so you know what's going on.
Right.
Go around back. But then just hold the shopkeeper at gunpoint and tell him to let you in the back.
Gotcha.
There's about 6 people or 5 people back there, but there's one of the legendary or one of the named guns is in that room.
Okay. Gotcha.
So you want to get that sooner rather than later.
You've actually, I'm probably a little bit further than you are, but you've actually kind of messed around with the town and stuff like that. So
I've been trying to find stuff because I learned that you can't. like if you know how when you go into the gunsmith and you look through their ledger and the stuff is locked,
right?
The only way you unlock those types of guns is by finding one.
Oh, okay. I guess
you have to actually find it first.
Well,
and then you can unlock it.
Well, and see, like I know, like being good has its perks too, because I remember like there was a guy who got bitten by a snake. And I helped him because I had medicine, and I show up in town. And he's like, "Hey, you're the dude that helped me." He's like, "Go into the gun store," and he's like, "The gun's on me." And I got like the most expensive rifle they had. So, I mean, it's kind of weird because it's like, yes, I want to be bad. And there's a lot of situations where I have been bad, but it's like it kind of pays off to be a nice guy.
Random strangers. Anytime someone's screaming for help, I've helped them.
Sure.
Except for there was one lady who had a horse laying on, and I saved her.
See, I helped her. Yeah.
But when I saved her, she asked for a ride back to town, and I said yes. But then I realized I had a deer laying across the back of my thing,
so
and I tried to take the deer off, and then she was like, "You know what? I'll just get there on my own." And then she walked off, and it wouldn't let me interact with her again.
Wow, what a biatch! You just saved her life. Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm sorry. There was a deer carcass instead of letting you sit.
Be like, girl, give me a second. I'll move the damn deer.
I was just trying to clear space for her, and she got impatient.
That's a that's just a typical woman for you right there.
Yeah.
Just getting impatient.
You know, here's the thing. We could literally talk about this.
Oh, we could talk about this for a whole hour.
Because we could talk about this for multiple shows. Because I just like, it was a morning, and I was coming down from the mountains, and there was fog, and it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Or like just the sounds of like the buzzing and the crickets and stuff as you're going across like an open area.
Oh yeah.
And you know it's like a warm day. It's just
and for those lucky enough to have an HD 4K TV and HDR compatibility. Oh my God. Unreal.
Well, I'm sure it looks better in your setup for sure, but
unreal.
You know what? It's the one thing that I would say that anybody that did waste their money on an Xbox One X, they actually, I mean, it's been shown like their version is the best version because it's the most powerful version out there.
Right.
And the fact that the Xbox One X runs in native 4K, whereas the PS4 Pro does the checkerboarding, upscaling kind of thing.
Right.
So, you know, I've never even seen any game played in 4K because I just don't have that yet, even though I have a PS4 Pro. But at the same time, I'm very impressed with it, and the game looks amazing. It plays amazing.
It is just just all around. I mean, like I said, I mean, it's been delayed. But I mean, once again, Rockstar just knocked it out of the park. I mean, I've never played a bad game made by Rockstar ever.
No, and that's the thing is, if you look at their pedigree all the way back at the reviews of all of their games, they've all gotten 9 point something.
Oh yeah, this one got 10.
So it's like. You know, the only thing I will say about this one is that some of the mechanics and some of the things it does not explain, and it just makes it really like that you have to go in and mess with settings and stuff. Like I just learned today that there is an autopilot for your horse.
Oh yeah, well, and there's auto run too. Yeah.
Right, but I mean, you can set your waypoint and then just make your horse do it, and then you don't have to touch your controller.
Yeah.
He'll just run.
Oh, I knew that.
And he'll run on, and he'll stay on the roads, and he'll lead you where you want to go.
And actually, I hate to break it to you, they did explain that.
They didn't. I'm
telling you, they did. Yeah, it was.
They did like the stuff in the beginning where it was like, oh, if you tap X when you're close to somebody, you'll stick with them.
No, it was talking
while you maintain.
It was talking about the horse mechanic. Just trust me on this one, okay? If you need to go back and replay it from the beginning, you go ahead. It was talking about the horse mechanics, and they talked about if you push this button and this button, he will auto run to the place that you designate. Trust me, they did.
That.
Yeah,
that's the thing is like some of the when they were explaining some of the things, I was trying to listen to people talk while it was explaining it, because it was back in the beginning. You kind of had everybody was having conversations and stuff. Right. While you're listening to the mechanics, being like,
trying to learn the mechanics. No, I get you because it's kind of interesting. Well, because it's like a pop-up menu.
Yeah.
And you either you hit it or you miss it. Yeah. No, you
so
can totally do it.
There was stuff that I definitely missed, and I'm just catching it now, and I'm like, it would make it so much easier if I could do this or do that, and then I'm like, oh, you can do this and do that, and you can change you can change it so that you don't have to keep tapping X to run. You can just run.
Yeah, you can just run, or you can just hold it. Yeah.
Or totally. Like when you're in your camp, you just walk really fast because that's annoying. You can't run around in your camp. I want to run around my camp. It's not fair.
It's all good. It happens. Well,
let's talk about other things.
Yeah, we'll talk about. We have a lot
Game
of stuff.
is amazing.
We have a lot of stuff to talk about this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you haven't checked it out, please go check it out. Amazing, obviously amazing. Obviously rated M for mature, so parents beware.
Yep.
But whatever. That's your life. I don't judge you how you raise your children. You do what you want to do. But let's talk about other video games you can get yourself this week. We also have some pretty cool stories: Soul Calibur 6, World of Warcraft, woohoo! Some Destiny 2 updates, Microsoft news, and PlayStation Classic games just got announced as of today. So we'll go over those with you. And then we'll finish off our story talking about a gentleman by the name of Daniel Petrick with our Death by Video Games. But let's get right into it. Let's get into week in release. Dear God, not that you don't need any more games to play, but there's another amazing game coming right around the corner, which kind of ticks me off because I think this one's going to be lost for me. But starting as of tomorrow, you can get yourself I'm going to butcher this, Yamarai, The Long Night Collection on Nintendo Switch. I probably butchered that. I'm sorry. Gal Metal on Nintendo Switch. Dear God, this is even worse. You know what? I'm just going to read the English name of it. Save Me, Mr. Taco. Taco.
That sounds lovely.
Taco? I think it's Taco. Yeah.
Taco.
Taco, Mr. Taco. What would that game be?
Mr. Taco.
Mr. Taco, save me. I need meat, cheese, lettuce, sour cream, all on the shell. Okay. No one knows that song? It's Raining Tacos? All right. My daughter's probably
raining tacos.
There you go.
From out of the sky.
Thank you.
Tacos.
Yeah.
Yes.
My daughter's probably dying laughing right now. It's great. This is the game I was talking about, though. It's coming out on the 30th. Tomorrow. Call of Cthulhu. The video game. Yeah. PS4, Xbox One. That sucks. Because I heard it's good. Yeah.
I heard it's good, but I'm weirded out by the fact that it comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And there's no reviews because why?
True. Because everybody else is playing Red Dead Redemption, probably.
Right, but yeah. I mean, this is another one of those games that got pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed.
Right.
And I just, you know, I mean, anybody that knows me personally knows that I collect Cthulhu Mythos stuff and Cthulhu figures and just anything Cthulhu related. So I want this game, but I only want it if it's good.
Right.
And so I've had very high hopes. So I hope it's good, but I'm not going to be able to get it tomorrow because I have Assassin's Creed to play, and I'm still in the very beginning of that. Yeah. I've got Red Dead to play, and then you're going to talk about other games coming out, and there's other games that I need.
I kind of think like this game for me maybe like a Black Friday sale game, maybe if it's on for sale
it's
at that point in time, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll definitely see what's going on with it. But I mean, I don't want to like discredit it, but I think I don't know. We'll see. I would like to see reviews.
I have high hopes for their studio.
I do. Yeah, I would like to see reviews before I commit, though. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, but then moving on, you can get yourself The Escapist 2 on Nintendo Switch. This is all on the 30th, by the way. A lot of games coming out on the 30th, which is ridiculous. Hasbro Game Night, Nintendo Switch. Mutant Football League, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. 8 to Glory, the official game of the PBR. So if you're tired of playing Cowboys, you can go play that game. You can bull ride. Great. Yeah. Sports Party on Nintendo Switch. Kingdom Hearts, the story so far on PlayStation 4. Lego Harry Potter collection on Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. Ark Park on PlayStation 4 and PC. That is Ark, the video game. It's been on Xbox for a long time. It's finally coming over on an actual disc. Ark Park actually is a VR game, so I'm guessing PC is VR as well. America's Greatest Game Shows on Nintendo Switch. I see like Wheel of Fortune on there, and that's all I see. Oh, Jeopardy. There you go. Knock Knock on the 30th. That's it for the 30th. On the 31st, you can get yourself Knock Knock on the Nintendo Switch. Death Mark on PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation. PlayStation Vita? That seems wrong. That's an older game. So that's coming over. That's a Japanese game. Interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Also, that's it for the 31st. You can get yourself Machinarium. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Machinarium. There we go.
Yeah.
Nintendo first. Nintendo first? Yes, Nintendo first.
Nintendo first.
On November 1st. Dear God, we're already in November. You can get yourself Teiko no Tatsuan, Drum and Fun, on the 2nd on Nintendo Switch. God, Japan, you and your names. This is another big game. Obviously, for those of you, it's a 6-year-old game, but it's brand new on Switch. Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition coming out this the 2nd. You know what else is happening this week too? On the 2nd and the 3rd, BlizzCon. It's happening. So I have already ordered it. I got my buddies coming over. It's gonna be a good time. On Nintendo, November 2nd, you can get. I keep saying November. No, I'm sorry. I keep on saying Nintendo. Nintendo 2nd.
Nintendo 2nd.
On Nintendo 1st and 2nd. Yeah. Johnny's Turbo Arcade Heavy Burger on PC. That's a hell of a name. I think that's like the Burger Time. I mean, it kind of looks like it. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember Burger Time. But that's it. That's it for October. We'll see you again in November with a whole other plethora of games coming out. If you the other game, the game. Oh, I don't know if it started today, but you can sign up for Bethesda's Fallout 76. I don't know if you saw the Vikings game yesterday, but they played their brand new trailer for Fallout 76. Looks really good. But for PC, let me pull it up here. Let me see if it's already launched. And let's see if your old dad got in here. Probably not, because I haven't gotten any emails. I didn't even get an email about the PlayStation one. So, interesting. Hold on, I'm checking. Still checking. In 20 minutes, actually. No, that's 20 hours. What the hell am I thinking? So, by tomorrow, the Fallout 76 beta launches on PC. So if you get a code, if you pre-ordered the game on PC, if you get a code, you can download the Bethesda launcher right now, and then if you get in, you can play. So there it is. But let's move right into the news. A lot of stories I wanted to cover. So apparently, this made me laugh, and this is the only reason I'm bringing it up. So apparently, if you make custom characters in Soul Calibur 6, your dreams come true. Now hold on. Because there's no word on Skeletor or a giant penis as of yet. But Soul Calibur 6 is coming fresh off the recent release with some exciting announcement from Paris Games Week, which actually is going on right now. If you guys haven't been watching, Paris Games Week actually ends on the 31st, so Wednesday. But Nier Automata 2B will be a playable character in Soul Calibur 6. Great. Nice. After I already made her as a custom character. Yeah. Fantastic.
You already built her yourself,
right? I went through all that trouble.
So maybe their pre-made one will have correct butthole shading.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. You had to go there. Yeah. Be like, you know what? I'm glad they made her because my character doesn't have the right butthole. Thank you. That's great.
No.
Yeah. But 2B will be able to use an array of weapons and will be able to use the tactical support unit, her pal, Pod 042, for longer distance attacks. The trailer focused on the relationship. The trailer online, if you haven't seen it, it's on the Paris Games Week. Actually, Google is fantastic. Like, I don't know if you use Chrome browser, but I tuned into Paris Game Week, all in French, obviously. I just hit translate, all in English. It was fantastic. Yeah. I could read everything. Technology is great, isn't it?
Yeah, there's just on a quick side note of that, there are now Google headphones, like earbud things you can put in.
Yeah.
And did you ever read any of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a Babelfish.
Oh, okay. Nice.
It can in real time translate any language.
Wow. Fantastic. Technology is awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Sweet. Now you can travel abroad and not get murdered. So,
well, you'll just know what they're saying, and they'll just continue to pretend like they don't know what you're saying.
I get it. But the reason I don't travel abroad is because of the movie Hostel. So,
yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, I wouldn't say everywhere. I would just say to, like Eastern European countries. Like, I'm really super against it. So, like anything like Bosnia.
Not that there's anything wrong with those places. I'm just afraid I would go there and die.
Yeah, I'm just afraid I would be murdered horribly. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
For sport.
Well, because I've been to Ukraine when I was a kid, and it's super depressing there. I'm sorry, Ukraine, but your country's depressing. It was neat, but it is depressing. It's like super military ran. But back to my story here. There in the trailer, it actually focused on 2B's relationship with Ivy, but there's no explanation of what's going on there just yet. The producer of Tekken, I can't even pronounce his name, Okubo, and Soul Calibur 6 unveiled the 2B character reveal at Paris Games Week. This is it's really cool to see Square Enix and Bandai Namco actually doing a collaboration like this. So I don't know what's going to come of that in the future, but here's hoping to good things. I thought it was funny just to see that they're like, oh yeah, we're going to put 2B in there now. And then, the next thing you're going to turn around and there's going to be Skeletor and then the giant penis. So I'm just crossing my fingers for that one. Yep. Ball attack. All right, moving on. Good news out of BlizzCon, though. Like I said, BlizzCon this week. I'm super excited. Have no idea what's in store for it. There's been so many rumors about Diablo, which are driving me nuts right now. We'll see what happens. But they've also announced, they've already announced this ahead of time, but they've announced World of Warcraft Classic. We knew this was going to happen. They said they're going to go back to Vanilla WoW. Yep. It's now called World of Warcraft Classic. They said they're trading it as dedicated fans to the purchase. Well, actually, they're giving their dedicated fans, if you bought a virtual ticket or if you're going to be there, you actually get treated to a demo. So since I have the virtual ticket, I'll be able to play the demo. And actually, if you have a virtual ticket right now, you can preload the demo this week. So very, very cool. I'm kind of excited to go back. Like, I'm not going to get sucked into it like I did previously, but I would like to go back and see what the original world would look like with updated graphics. So to me, the best thing, I'll never forget my first Warlock Undead coming through Tears Fall, like when it's all like spooky and dark and like that whole beginning zone was just really great. And I always have remembered that, like, but there was also the horrible things. Yeah. Like getting to whatever the max level was, but then trying to get my epic mountain, like the Dreadsteed. Yeah. Like, remember, it was back when it came out, when WoW started, that was a quest. And it was hard. Right. Like, really hard. Just like when I had my Hunter, I got the bow, and then 2 weeks later, the first expansion came out, and it made the bow obsolete. Right. After I went through the millions of hoops that you had to go through to get that bow. Right. Still probably to this day, I think one of the hardest quests in any game ever to try to complete. Sure. For any class at all. That bow, like, you had to fight those demons solo, and they were insane. Like, no. I don't even want to. Right. I gotcha. Yeah. It happened. I don't know. Yeah. Makes you a stronger person, I guess. Yeah. I still think the Burning Crusade was my favorite time. Sure. That's I quit right after Wrath of the Lich King. We'll see. Yeah. Well, the Burning Crusade was the first expansion. No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I played through that. I was in a group. I was in a group that we first did on. I was a part of the group that actually was like server first on Illidan, and then Wrath. Yeah. So. I mean, I loved Wrath of the Lich King too, but those were the two. Probably those two expansions were like the two when I was, neck deep in it and doing everything. And I will never forget when I got I acquired the Time Lost Proto Drake. That was insanely hard to track down and get. And I got that guy, and it was just, I loved it back then. And then after that, I was all set. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I would like to go, and I don't think I'm going to get sucked back into World of Warcraft just because it just, to me, I mean, it's almost a 20-year-old game. Yeah. And it's just... It's fun. Don't get me wrong. Well, I went back. You saw me. We talked about this. Yeah. I got the latest expansion and everything, and the Battle of Azeroth, and so it automatically gave me the one for the Demon Hunter and everything, and I played through all of it, and yes, it was really fun. But then I was done. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I don't even. Well, I don't think it's like an MMO thing. Like I think it's just. Well, I'm sorry. I don't think it's a World of Warcraft thing. I think it's an MMO thing. Like, I don't have the time to invest anymore. Yeah. Exactly. And it's just, I don't have that lifestyle anymore. Like, I can't just come home and blow off all my responsibilities, like, go to school or go to work and then blow off everything else. It's like, I have a family, But at the same time, with other games taking so much more time, like with Red Dead,
I don't know how long this game is going to take me.
Right.
Like,
well,
over a month at least.
If you do everything, it'll probably take you a couple months. Yeah.
Exactly. So I mean, games are getting bigger that aren't, MMOs. The worlds are getting bigger, and everything's getting bigger and longer.
That's been my problem, too. And unless I just totally cut off all ties and say, if I just put the hammer down, which I've tried a couple times before, but then they always are like, hey, something more shiny over here. If you honestly, if you don't have enough time, because honestly, the only thing I can do is I play video games at night. After, I have dinner with my family and, check with my daughter and check with my wife and see how they're okay. And then, depending on what night it is, sometimes she has events and my wife has events, and sometimes I get lucky and I'll get to play longer. But usually, I can play from 8 to 10, mostly. Mm-hmm. And then I can play weekends if we're not doing anything,
Right.
But it's a big if we're not doing anything. Yeah.
Right.
So, and 9 times out of 10, we're super busy. So, like I said, I would like to go and check it out, but I know for a fact, it's not something that's going to suck me back in.
Right. No.
So, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I loved my time with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll always remember it as what it was,
right.
But I'm past it at this point.
Yeah.
It's just over.
I think it just, I think it grabs you at any, well, and I know people that still play it and they played it from day one, but
yeah,
they have a different lifestyle choice than I do.
Right.
So, yeah. Moving on, getting all deep and emotional, I guess. Not really. Well, like I said, this story just dropped today. PlayStation Classic. We talked about the system before. We talked about our hopes for video games. Well, they announced the games are actually going to be on there, and a lot of them I'm pretty happy about. Not all of them. I'm going to go over the list here real quick. So there's going to be Battle Arena, Toshinden, Cool Borders 2, which I'm jazzed about. That game was amazing. Destruction Derby, Final Fantasy 7, whatever. Grand Theft Auto, the original, which is, whatever. Intelligent Cube, Jumping Flash. Really excited about this one, even though I know it's going to look horrible. Metal Gear Solid, the original. Fantastic. Mr. Driller, Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, Rayman.
Love that game.
Yep. Resident Evil Director's Cut, Revelations Persona, Ridge Racer Type 4, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, another game I'm super jazzed about, Siphon Filter.
Love those games.
Yep, that's going to be fantastic. Tekken 3, which is going to be amazing. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Wild Arms, and then the game that I was hoping to God they'd put on there, Twisted Metal. So those are the confirmed games that you're going to be able to get yourself if you buy one of these systems. So fantastic. We have 2 more stories here, and then we'll get to our main the Halloween story tonight. Destiny 2 back in the news. So Destiny 2's next update actually has the quality of life changes you've been asking for. So Destiny 2 update 2.0.5 will arrive tomorrow. And per the patch notes previewed in this week at Bungie's post, bringing a bundle of essential quality of life improvements, among other things. So the update will add exotic duplicate protection. So you're not going to get more than one exotic if you already have it in your inventory. More ways to earn Masterwork cores, which are actually going to be renamed to Enhancement cores. And some inventory tweaks, which will make everyday tasks less tedious. So I think they actually are going to put in the button finally to where if you have 900 of one shader, you can just delete all of them. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
So freaking obnoxious.
I know. Yeah. So as of update 2.0.5, you'll have a greater chance of actually receiving exotic items that you don't have in your collection whenever you get an exotic drop. It's still going to be possible to receive duplicates, but they will be much less common than they currently are. Also, and actually, when you do get a duplicate exotic, there's a chance it will be an armor piece rather than a weapon, which is not horrible. So at least you get a shot at re-rolling a better set of armor pieces in that exotic. So it's not too shabby. There was they're taking out some quests too, but they're making things less complicated, and it sounds like they're finally giving players what they want. So not gonna hate them. Yeah.
I feel sad because I don't think I'm going to get my
your ship.
The 6. No, I got got the things that I wanted. I got everything I wanted from the Festival of the Lost, except for the gun.
Oh, okay.
Because I keep doing the things, but I'm like, I need to dedicate like 5 hours.
Sure.
Where I could just do it over and over and over and over again.
I just did mine daily, like through the week. I just kind of broke it up in a couple hour sessions. Yeah.
But I'm obviously down to the wire here because it ends at the end of this week.
Right.
And just
hammer it out, bro. That's all you got to do.
I got everything else, like all the ghosts that I wanted. I got the sparrow.
Yeah.
I didn't buy the ship because I'm waiting to buy unfinished shape or whatever it is, like that one's really cool, and I'd rather have that, but where it's like the unfinal shape or something. But regardless, that's the only thing that I'm bummed out, is that they made it kind of like super grindy to get that gun, and they shouldn't have made it that difficult, especially since it's a 200 quest, so it's supposed to be meant for like everybody to get.
Well, I mean, the gun's 600, so
yeah, but still. I mean, it should have been a nice ornament to add to everybody's end. So well, if I don't get it, I don't get it.
Yeah, but that's the mindset that a lot of people think, though, and then Bungie is like, no, we only tailor to hardcore players. So we know that. Yeah.
It's fine.
But the last story I want to cover here before we get into our Death by Video Game story is Microsoft is finally jumping on board. I find this story very just weird in a way, because it's like I knew it was going to happen, but it's just weird to see that they're actually going to do it. So the story basically starts off with I'm sorry, I'm saying basically a lot. I know I have a habit of that. I apologize. But regardless of the sales race between PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, Microsoft has always had a crucial advantage when viewed through the eyes of PC gamers. Xbox Play Anywhere, the service that lets gamers buy a growing selection of titles such as Forza 4 and Gears of War 5 on one platform and then play them both, frequently it's boasting cross-platform multiplayer and progression. So, but now the Xbox One's truly killer of their Netflix style gaming subscription service, the Xbox Game Pass. They're going to put that on PC now. That is brilliant. And I knew it was going to happen. I had a feeling that, once they moved over to Xbox, saw how well it was doing, because people aren't even like on Xbox, because there's no like set, video games that people are all like, oh God, I have to have that. That's all they're doing. They're just buying this Game Pass. I mean, it's $10 a month and you get all the brand new video games that come out. So to move that over to PC, that is huge. So yeah, it's $9.99. The interesting thing too is they're also going to open up the backwards compatibility with the Xbox and Xbox 360 games. Plus, they're going to have a pro cross-platform stance. So, man, it really sounds like they're giving a big FU to PlayStation and all the crap that they've been putting them through for the cross-platform stuff. So, I think as they should be. Like, honestly. Like, what sets you apart from PlayStation? This was a good start. So, because if PlayStation's all hell-bent about, like, no, our place is the best place to play video games. And I know they've been more willing to open it up per some games, but not all games.
Right.
So you still need some more PlayStation. That's all I'm saying. So we love your system. We love all your games. You win in that category. Just let us play with our friends that made bad decisions. That's all we're saying. Yep. So, yeah. But now the 100 plus title Game Pass will be available on PC players as well. They'll be able to play not merely the 15 or so Play Anywhere titles, because honestly, like if the Play Anywhere titles, which are digital, by the way, there's only 15 titles out there that actually have that if you buy it on the digital, you can play it on your PC and your Xbox One.
Yeah,
15 titles. That's it. So now that they're going to open that up, you get 100 plus titles. So
that makes it so much better.
Oh yeah, and I honestly I play on my PC all the time. And I mean honestly, like PC is already set up for Xbox One compatibility. I mean, it's Microsoft, for God's sakes.
And you've got your Xbox One controller.
Right.
It works.
You just plug it right into your USB port. Yeah. Or you buy the little adapter that's wireless. So this to me, just from what I've seen lately with the Google Play service and now this coming over PC, Like, I told you, I know you said that there's probably going to be one more hardware generation, which I do believe there'll be one more hardware generation.
Well, I mean, we know there's at least one more.
Right. But I still hold firmly, though, the next generation of consoles, no disc.
You think no disc?
I don't think they'll make discs anymore because, honestly, like, they don't make money on the systems. We all know that. And if they totally moved into a digital system and you were forced to buy, obviously the digital system and just rely on sales, you know how much money they'd make? Because the way it is now, I mean, you have all these, third party stores like GameStop and Best Buy and stuff like that. And I know they would lose money, but they would have to deal with other things that sell the discs, but you can get those cheaper. So I don't know. Because I know like if you join Best Buy's Game Pass or the GameStop Advantage Pass or Amazon's Club, they already give a discount on those games. So those companies are already losing money, on the games that you purchase. And I mean, you do that a couple million times, you're not making the full money that you could. So it's going to, I mean, if they can move into a place to where it's like they can make full price off the video games, they're going to do it. So,
I mean, and the thing is you could still buy, like I read something about this, about people talking about this stuff, and like people were saying like that they actually like having a physical box, even if they want the digital game.
Sure.
And just because they want to, for some reason, put it like as a library kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're saying that places like GameStop or any of those places, you could actually buy the download code and still get a case.
Yeah.
So.
But I don't like, I honestly, just because I've been a part of this Google Play service and just everybody that's been talking in the industry about it, I don't think it's going to be something that we're going to see in the next, I don't know if it'll be right away, but I would say honestly, like the next 10 years, people aren't even going to know what Blu-ray discs are. So, because it's like we don't listen to CDs anymore. Well, I mean, even if you look at the source of media where we come from, it's like obviously we went to reel to reel to 8-track to tapes to CDs to digital. And I mean, I feel the same way about media and video games. It's like we've gone to CDs. Even have
a CD player,
right?
It just has a Bluetooth adapter or an aux in, and I just stream everything. If I'm not listening to the radio, which I very rarely do, I stream everything from Spotify.
Right, and I do actually have a CD player, which I'm happy about because I still listen to CDs. But I feel the same way about video games. It's like we've gone to CD, we've gone to Blu-ray, digital. It's going to happen. I mean, and they've already had such success with all these other programs out there.
They just have to have a big, they just have to have a big drive. That's all. As long as they give you a big enough drive, then that's fine.
I think they will. I think they'll be able to invest more in drives when you don't have to worry about putting in CD drives. So, and I know CD drives and Blu-ray drives are super cheap. Trust me, I get it.
They are, but they actually take up a lot of space.
But they take a lot of space.
I think they make a lot of heat when they're spinning all that, and everything. So.
So if you could just put it in where you just put your processor in, you can put your motherboard in, and you put some sort of network capability on there, it's going to be cheaper to make the systems. Plus, it's going to be more efficient. So I honestly think, like I said, I don't know if it's going to happen right away. I don't know if it'll happen with PlayStation. Well, I can probably tell you right now. I'm gonna be a betting man here. I bet when they announce the next Xbox system, which we already know is coming. And PlayStation, I know it's not called PlayStation 5. Trust me, they're not naming it PlayStation 5. But the next generation PlayStation, I bet they won't even have CD drives anymore. They won't. So,
all right.
I feel it coming. Yeah. It's gonna happen. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll definitely have to see. But to finish off this show tonight, and we'll get you out of here. Trust me. Like we're holding you. Seriously, you can go anytime. I'm just saying. But to finish the story off for this month, and this is our last story. The story's a little disturbing. So this is the story of Daniel Petrick. So he was born August 24th of 1991, and he's a convicted murderer from Wellington, Ohio. So just to kind of give you a little backstory, at the age of 16, Petrick shot both of his parents over a disagreement about video games. His mother was killed, and his father was badly injured, but he recovered. So the controversy between Daniel and his parents began when they forbade Daniel from buying and playing the Xbox 360 game Halo 3. Petrick's sister, Heidi Petrick, testified in court that Daniel never played the game until he contracted a staphylococcus infection from a snow skiing injury and was housebound. Petrick was introduced to the Halo franchise while at the house of his friends, leading him to want a copy for himself. His father, Mark Petrick, was a minister at the New Life Assembly of God in Wellington. Both parents objected to the idea of their son playing violent video games with adult ratings and did not find it suitable for him. In Too Young to Kill, Mark claims that he told Daniel if he were to buy a violent video game whatsoever, that he would destroy them, which did not sit well with Daniel. Mark testified that Daniel would regularly sneak out of his house at night without either parent's knowledge and purchase the violent video games that his parents didn't approve of. Where he also did this method with purchasing of Halo 3, not long after its release. While housebound, Daniel would sometimes play the game for up to 18 hours at a time without taking a break. Susan eventually caught him playing the game and informed Mark, which led him to confiscate the game from Daniel for going against his parents' wishes. Mark locked the game in a safe cabinet that also concealed his 9mm PT-92 handgun. Daniel believed his father would play the game by himself. Yes, it sounds like that's going to happen. So about 1 week after the game was taken away, Daniel, on October 20th of 2007, he used his father's key to unlock the safe and take it back, also taking his father's handgun. Court reported stated that Daniel came up behind his parents as they were relaxing on their couch in the living room and said, "Would you close your eyes? I have a surprise for you." Daniel then proceeded to shoot both of his parents. His father said his head went numb. He saw blood pouring down from his skull. Daniel shot his mother in the head, arms, and saying to him, "Hey, Dad, here's your gun. Take it." After a few minutes later, his sister and her husband, Heidi and Andrew Archer, came over for their prior plans of watching a baseball game together. Daniel lied to them and said that they should have not come in the house because their parents had been fighting. Then they heard a groaning and pushed their way through the aftermath of the shooting. Heidi called the police, and before they got there, Daniel made an escape attempt by driving in the family's van with the Halo 3 game in the passenger seat. Gotta have your priorities there, bro. So the police caught up with him and forced him out of the van via roadblock. While the police were handcuffing him, he yelled, "My dad shot my mom!" Daniel's trial was held on December 15th of 2008 at Lorraine County Common Pleas in front of Judge James Burge. No jury was present at the trial. His defense attorney, James Kersey, claimed that because of the enormous amount of stress put on him due to severe infection, Daniel was much more susceptible to being influenced by the game. He argued that Daniel was not in the right state of mind to understand the finality of shooting his parents. Really? Okay. Sorry, that line killed me. Literally. See what I did there? He had been playing the game so long that he did not comprehend the fact that death was real and permanent. The prosecuting attorney disagreed, said that Daniel showed no remorse of his actions, and that he tried to set up the shootings as suicide by placing the gun in his father's hand. Daniel was tried for murder. Due to his age, Daniel could not have been sentenced to death. The judge sentenced him to life in prison without possibility of parole. After 23 years, which was the minimum sentence, the maximum sentence Daniel faced was life in prison without parole, which was what the prosecuting attorney recommended for him. The case has been highlighted in papers and articles, video game addiction, video game violence. Halo 3 publishers Microsoft refused to comment on the case. Passed a statement, "We are aware of the situation, and it's a tragic case." That's messed up, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you're not going to let me play Halo 3, so I'm going to shoot you in the head. Once again, I mean, I hope you guys have kind of understood the ongoing, I know we were just trying to be silly and funny with, these stories, just something we're doing for Halloween, but it also does, I do want to, I know I'm preaching, and I have to, though, because video game addiction is a real thing, and the main thing about a lot of these stories we've told, except for the first one, is video game addiction. If you think your video game, if you're addicted to a video game, you've been playing so long that it actually affects your health or because you're told to stop, you're going to affect the health of other people, get help. That's all I got to say. Because obviously I know this is a dumb kid and he took it way too far, but I mean, somebody's dead because of that decision. There's countless stories like this all over the internet. People being negligent, children actually dying because their parents were playing video games. Know your responsibilities. Know if you're addicted to something that you need to get help. A lot of times, I mean, you're able to beat addiction yourself. I believe that very, very deeply. I know there's some people out there that are not able to beat it themselves. So I always say is that if you need help, please get help, because life is worth living, and it's a fantastic life. I mean, for God's sakes, we get to be cowboys. So, yeah, but we got to get out of here. We do love you. We'll be back with a whole new set of quirky stories next month for November. So we hope to see you back. Like I said, please leave us a message on our message board. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you, John, and thank you, Corey. Those two so far. we'll get more. Like I said, if we hit 1,000 followers on Twitter, so go to our webpage. You can follow our Twitter link there. Click on our Twitter link and follow us. If we get 1,000 followers, I'm going to buy a $100 prize, and we're going to give it out. Not kidding. So we'll see you next week, and we love you. We'll talk to you later. Have a good one.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you for listening to the Dads That Game radio podcast. Email us your questions and hate mail to dadsthatgamepodcast@gmail.com.